Now we have another talk by Pankhuri Sinha. Please put your hands together for Pankhuri Sinha.
Hello, good morning dear friends. I guess it's mostly my fellow authors and some literature lovers, poetry and story lovers. So this is for the first time that I am here with Kyoto, and I'm basically from Bihar and from Delhi. I'm mostly from a very sort of a mixed background. I just want to talk about myself a little, and then whatever else the direction takes, we'll go there. But I was in Kolkata earlier, I think about 2 to 3 years back, with a Hindi festival, which was with a group called, I also forget their name, but it's very big. They also make movies and they are purely into Hindi. Neelambar, thank you. Yeah, Neelambar. They are mostly into Hindi writing, but coming to Kolkata in itself is such a beautiful experience, and that is why I was trying to sort of relate to this. Not just Hooghly, but all the shopping of the Batik and God knows what else. Beautiful town. This is for the first time that I have also published with Kyoto. This is a story collection called Chasing Dreams, and I was thinking it's a good idea to maybe read something from it. I have about 10 books published, but I didn't bring any of them today with me. I have some poems on my phone, and I will just read from that, and I hope that we can share and enjoy. But before that, let me just introduce myself a little bit. So like I was saying, I'm originally from Bihar, and I migrated to Delhi right after my 10th, and I got into writing from very early days, poetry initially, and I also got into festivals like campus festivals, competitions, that sort of thing, and I won a few prizes, and I got invited, while studying in graduation in the trust for a few awards like Kumar Mathur Puraskar and so on and so forth. There is an echo, some problem with the mic, or is my voice okay? It's okay? Great, thank you so much. So that is how I think my literary journey began, way before I actually entered the professional field, or even way before I had finished my not just studies, but even graduation. I won the Kumar Mathur Puraskar in 1995. And then on I was writing. It's difficult. Those of you who are into writing and who send it to magazines and journals, both home and abroad, know that I had to sort of wait for all of that to happen till I finished. I studied journalism and symbiosis and so on. And I worked for a little bit in Sahara Television as a journalist. I still do some freelancing. It's a passion. My poems are also informed by that, but meaning my journalistic quest for truth, or for the examination of the status quo, whatever, or the questioning of the establishment, or for the rights of the people. These are some of my poetry topics, even when I'm talking about nature. So I have about 6 books of poems in Hindi published, and from with different publishers, and 2 books of poems in English. A third one is lined up. Let's see who is going to publish it. And this is the first story that has been published, and I'm wondering if I should read a couple paragraphs from it, just to make some mood. Because I could just go on talking about it, about myself, or about the making of the book. There's also a movie made on this, and it's going to be screened in the afternoon, and I'm so eagerly looking forward to it, because it's for the first time that a movie has been made on one of my stories. It's a collective project, and I'm very curious, how they put together all the stories in a single film. So let's see. I hope you guys will be there as well. Should I read a couple paragraphs just to sort of, and then maybe I'll read a few poems and talk about myself, or maybe I should just finish a little bit about myself and then just go on to read, because I don't really have my award-winning works with me right now, poems, but recently I also won a few awards in Italy, and I won some awards like मुझे राजस्थान पत्रिका का कविता का पहला पुरस्कार मिला 2016 में। और उसी तरह से का ये पुरस्कार मुझे मेरी जो पहली किताबें आई वो हिंदी कहानी की आई। मैं भी दोनों भाषाओं में लिखती हूँ। मुझसे पहले जो मैम की बहुत खूबसूरत नज़में भी सुनाई उन्होंने, मैं गा तो बिल्कुल नहीं सकती तो लेकिन बहुत सुंदर उनका गायन था। तो मेरी जो पहली किताब थी वो हिंदी कहानी की थी और उसको शैलेश मटियानी पुरस्कार मिला था। और उसके बाद भी मेरा दूसरा संग्रह ये दोनों ज्ञानपीठ से आया। अभी इनका वाणी के साथ टाइप हुआ, बहुत अच्छे पब्लिशर हैं और अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स इन कहानियों को लेके मुझे आज तक चिट्ठियाँ आती हैं देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों से। इन कहानियों को लोग याद करते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, वो बहुत एक फुलफिलिंग और रिवॉर्डिंग मोमेंट होता है एक लेखक के लिए। तो इस तरह से मेरा जो लिटरेरी ग्राफ है या मेरी जो यात्रा है, मेरी जो लिटरेरी जर्नी है वो इस तरह की रही है। बीच बीच में मैंने इधर उधर काम किया। मैं 14 साल विदेश में थी और बहुत सी कहानियाँ मेरी प्रवासी कहानियों के दायरे में आएंगी। And lots of my poems are also like that. I also have to sort of, encounter the immigration in a very strange sort of way. And 2 of my books of poems are about that, Dear Susanna and Prison Talkies actually. So it's about my own detention. In States, I was going to get a green card, and let's say I just met with an accident, and suddenly I was a homeowner, and suddenly in my own portico I was declared sort of an illegal alien. So it wasn't a fun situation. It was very painful, but it was way back, and then I went to do a PhD. It's half done. So it's a love-hate relationship in the sense that I got into some sort of an academic politics. Never mind, it happens. You might also call it an artistic persecution because it started with a question. It sounded more like a romance question coming from a professor. Why don't you come to Starbucks and tell me your story? I thought it was friendly, but probably it wasn't. But things go wrong, it happens. So, having said this, now I will just read because the time is also limited. The title of my story is The Strange Dream. And you know what, guys? It's really true. This happened with me. And sometimes it's so like that, a dream sort of chases you or it continues. It was crystal clear. I had just seen it. No, nothing blurry, nothing vague, clear pictures, clear colors. A short scene, but all clear. Thank God it was just a dream. My favorite singer had died in his bed of cardiac arrest. Thank God I had woken up from a dream and there was no such news. He was very much alive and singing away. May he come out with newer and newer, better and better albums each day and continue to engage us like never before. These are my good wishes only and nothing else. I'm not a fortune teller. I have no psychic powers whatsoever about this dream. Is that what you are asking me? Well, dreams can be analyzed in so many ways. Read Freud, for God's sake. In their simplest analysis, dreams reflect all of our worries, anxieties, desires, dreams themselves, so to speak. And then there are dreams that defy reason, pattern, even analysis. And yes, there are strange coincidences, and of course, there is the subconscious and the study of it is endless. But this one is actually a sequel. The previous one came on his birthday. I woke up from the dream too. It was late morning. The sun was all over my bed. This was in my hometown, in the east. And it was his birthday. His wife, his late wife, his dead wife, had just walked up to me and said, "He chose me." 3 words, sounds like a flicker of a minute, long conversation, but felt way longer, so real. Like she was still talking to me. She was right here and he was standing right behind her. He, the holder of that amazing voice that would cheer me up. Each time I was sad, each time I got low, his voice would pick me up like a kite flying in the air. Indeed, he could make me feel so buoyant and light, energetic and pregnant, and set me on my path north like an aimless boat let loose and adrift in the ocean. I focused on a goal. Each time a problem bogged me down, A sinking feeling came over among the heap of things. He was silent though in the dream, did not speak a word, but he was looking at me. Wow, please understand that this is not Elvis Presley age. This is post-Michael Jackson, post-George Michael, but not quite past them. Singers did drugs all the time. They overdosed and collapsed, they killed each other in car accidents. Recently, somebody had committed suicide by turning their car on, hitting on the gas pedal full speed with the garage locked. Somebody else had killed himself by simply turning the car on in a closed garage and sitting in it for hours. One had died in the crash, the other had died of suffocation. Why did they kill themselves so brutally? How much pain could they be dealing with, or was it their altered ego? How do I know? What do I know? Am I not an investigator? I am not. And how was I going to say, what do I care? I'm just a music journalist. I work for a newspaper. I'm simply in love with the voice of the singer. I don't know if he does drugs or not, but he's charged with cruelty and suicide abatement in his wife's murder investigation. The same lady who walked up to me and very seriously said, he chose me. Did she mean the husband, the singer? Was she troubled by his fans? Does she know of my crush on him? Years old and fresh like a morning rose, glistening with dewdrop? It's as intact as before the charges, though I too have joined the press in critiquing him. I think I'm going to take a pause. And my request is, my dear organizers, if my friends from Kyoto, if you do not talk amongst yourselves so much and maybe just, give me a little time to finish, that would be really kind. I think it's the organizers who are most vocal. So, did you hear my story? How did you like it? Anybody wants to say anything? Yes, sir. Did you like it? Thank you. Thanks. मुझे लगता है मैं एक कविता पढ़ती हूँ हिंदी में, just to change the flavor. And इसका शीर्षक है रात में नदी. नदी पर रात या रात से एक पहर पहले, बस एक पहर पहले का वक्त जब नदी अंधकार में डूबने से पहले अपने पूरे आकार और वजूद में होती है मुखातिब, और जब ज्यादा साफ सुनाई देती है आवाज उसकी, जाने सोने की कोई तैयारी करती भी है नदी, लेती भी है एक झपकी या देती है पहरा रात भर, जाती है रात भर नदी की कोई तैर न जाए इस पार से उस पार, कोई लुटेरा कोई भगोड़ा छपछपाता बच न जाए हुकूमत की नजर से, नदी चौकन्नी रहती है सरहद भी ज्यादा दूर नहीं, जाने नदी कितना मानती है हुकूमत, किसकी हुकूमत, दिन और रात नदी की देह पर हो रही है ठोक पीट, बन रहा है नया पुल और बगल के रेत पुल से गुजर रही है ट्रेन, एक के बाद दूसरी रात भर। सोना भी चाहे तो कैसे सोएगी नदी, फिर भी जाग कर सबसे पहले आता है उसी का ख्याल, जाग गई होगी नदी, यह किस्सा है अति प्रिय किस्सा। कभी सोचा था बेटी हुई तो नाम रखूंगी तिस्ता, पर वह एक विशाल किस्सा है फिर कभी, और यह भी कितना विचित्र कि तिस्ता नाम की एक समाज सेवी महिला का चल रहा है प्रधानमंत्री के साथ इतना कटु युद्ध। लेकिन यह तिस्ता नदी तो बेखबर जाने पूरी रात जागी या सोई भी कुछ, फिर भी उसी का ख्याल सबसे पहले जाग गई होगी तिस्ता, बिखर गया होगा उजाला उस पर, रोशनी में नहा गई होगी नदी, क्या रंग होगा उसका यहाँ और जगह। लोगों से पूछो तो यही कहेंगे सब कि कालिम्पोंग सिक्किम के राह में देखो, सुनहरे बालू के तट पर पत्थरों में खिलाती रहती है हरी नीली तिस्ता, यह तो उतार है उसका, यहाँ आते आते थक चुकी होती है तिस्ता, कौन कहता है, यही तो पार करती है सरहद पर, यही इन्हीं मैदानों में, क्या धूप और धूल ने सबला दिया होगा उसे, जमुना कहते हैं बांग्लादेशी, मिलती है ब्रह्मपुत्र से फूल छड़ी में, जुझारू नदी की धारा को सुना मैंने 20 से भी ज्यादा साल बाद, रात हो गई थी मिलना बाकी रह गया तिस्ता से, मुझे पता ही कहाँ था अपने पास के मैदानों जंगलों में बहती है तिस्ता, यही खारी बारी हल्दी बारी में से किसी एक जगह नदी पार करती है बांग्लादेश की सरहद, ऐसे कि जैसे उसी से बनती हो सरहद। बाग पुल या कोरोनेशन ब्रिज का सारा इतिहास लिखा है, यहाँ वहाँ हर कहीं, फिर भी कोई हर्ज नहीं दोहराने में। खासकर तब जब महारानी क्वीन मदर का अभी हुआ है इंतकाल, जिनके मां के राज्याभिषेक पर पुल का हुआ नाम। राज्याभिषेक का इतिहास पुराना और पेचीदा है, जिस पर यहाँ एक प्रेम कथा है। निराला भी कह चुके हैं कथा उसकी एडवर्ड अष्टम पर अपनी कविता में, जिनकी गद्दी छोड़ने पर उसका भाई हुआ राजा और भाई की पत्नी हुई रानी एलिजाबेथ, जिनकी पुत्री एलिजाबेथ द्वितीय का अभी बीता है जमाना। द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध के जरा पहले बने पुल को बाग के 2 सिरों से सजाया। PWD के आखिरी अंग्रेज इंजीनियर जॉन चेम्बर्स ने अब पुल की नींव डाली, तब बंगाल के गवर्नर जॉन एंडरसन ने। पर हाय अंधेरा न बाग दिखे न तिस्ता माना या हंगरी बुदापेस्ट और डैन्यूब नहीं, जहाँ विख्यात है रात में नदी का सौंदर्य, लेकिन केवल महानंदा पर क्यों जल रही हैं इतनी पत्तियां? केवल गंगा की ही आरती क्यों? अतुल्य है तिस्ता का सौंदर्य हमारे देश में, रात का मतलब अंधकार और खौफ क्यों है? क्यों है हमारे दिन इतने छोटे? ब्रह्मपुत्र पर एशिया के सबसे लंबे ब्रिज पर भी छाया है अंधकार ही, जबकि ब्रह्मपुत्र क्या तिस्ता पर भी बन चुका है गाँव।